You have to have this way, and if you miss a note, he would go doot.
Mine was like that too. I had quarters, and he would whack me with the chopstick.
I do think it's kind of funny hearing a kid cry while trying to play Jingle Bells.
Yeah, it's a jingle bell, jingle.
Welcome back to Careful Boys, where today we're talking about what stereotypes are we the most like? What?
Oh, so you're making the stereotype true by your existence?
I like porn.
That's true.
That's not a regular stereotype.
It's a good stereotype.
I mean, it's not just a stereotype that men like it.
Horny.
Yeah, but what kind of porn do you like though? Because if it's normal porn, that's.
I like cartoons.
You like cartoon porn?
But the Japanese ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have really good stories.
Do you like the octopus ones?
No, not
But
really.
do you like the act of like, I don't know, like panty sniffing and?
No, that's too extreme.
Would you ever order panties in the mail?
I think I'm. No, I'm
order
lightweight.
bathwater?
I'm lightweight Japanese.
Oh,
I'm lightweight.
okay.
I'm not like otaku Japanese.
Is your penis pixelated?
No, you have to be born in Japan to have an 8-bit dick.
Okay.
Could you ever jerk it to an anime figurine?
Maybe if I was 12.
Thanks for making me think of that.
You're not though if you're that age too, all right?
That's a fact.
Yeah, we're both 12.
That's a fact. You can look it up. It's the law.
I feel like I'm a emotionless Chinese guy.
Emotionless Chinese.
That's pretty cool.
Because I feel like the Chinese stereotype is like efficiency.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like open restaurants open during Christmas because you just everybody come in as long as you pay custom. I don't care if you call me racial slur. I still make you food. I feel
My favorite thing about Chinese.
like very just like practical. I feel like
Chinese restaurants would close at 9 p.m. and you could go there at 8:59 and they'll still take you.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, come on, all right. And then they're like, we're closing, okay? Hurry up and order. And then they'll hook it up while the fucking cooks and everyone's eating on the table. They're trying to put chairs up and mop the floors, but they'll let you fucking eat and stay until they lock that door.
Remember we went to dinner at that Chinese restaurant and then we were like, man, what really hit the spot? Some dim sum. And it was like freaking 8:30 p.m. And then we were like, could you make us dim sum? And he was like, okay. Like super. Like,
yeah, it wasn't even on the menu.
Not even on the menu, yeah.
Let me go see what we can do.
But you were like, no, we'll pay for it if you just like make it right now.
Yeah, they'll do anything.
I love how they make it happen.
They'll do anything.
Yeah. They'll just make it happen, dude.
It was so classic, dude.
We don't have that right now.
Okay, that's
Yeah, so I feel like that there's like a huge part of me that is like that. And a lot of things. It's easy for me to put like emotions aside for stuff. If things need to get done or whatever, I feel like I can.
Were you always like that since you were a kid?
I'll make it happen.
I don't know. I think it popped out more when I got with Gio. Cause she'll point it out way more.
So you didn't realize it about yourself?
I didn't realize it.
You were doing it, but you didn't realize it.
Yeah, like
It's not because of Gio.
Yeah, like for example, like when we were in college, we would hang out with our group and we would have like a kickback at my house, and then I would just leave and go to sleep. And then so when me and Gio started getting together and we have like a potluck or whatever, people start hanging out. If I'm tired, I just leave and go to sleep. Gio's like, don't you want to like host or whatever? Like you gotta like host. We still got people over. I'm like, no, they don't have to like leave and stuff. I'm tired.
Dude, Bart starts turning the lights off and shit. It's like,
Well, we're all talking in the living room. This fool starts turning off the lights.
Arms to security thing. You can't even get out.
I always feel like I had to be structured. I always feel like I had to be the host.
Yeah, you have
good
to do
host. I have
something.
to be, I have to be the hostess with the most.
Is that your 30% Chinese side of you, Clean? Or no?
It's
the white side
40% now. It's a new year.
It's up.
Oh yeah.
It's up.
We're right around the lunar
We're
year,
around
yeah.
40% now.
So yeah, so that part didn't really stand out to me until she started pointing out how like this is what regular people do, and you don't do that. You just do this. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see that now.
And then he's like, good night.
I see that. Any stereotypes?
Yeah.
Do you identify as a Chinese or a Vietnamese?
Both. Definitely both.
Culturally Viet, but like
You're half-half?
genetically.
If you're culturally Viet, then that's probably the one that you have the most stereotypes of, right?
I think only until recently I identify with the generic Asian stereotype of driving. Because like,
You think you're a bad driver?
so here's the thing. In my mind, I think I'm a good driver because my definition of good driving, right, is like I could do anything while I'm driving. I could fucking watch YouTube videos. I could speed. I can cut
he's a
this
bad
person
driver.
off.
He's a bad driver.
I can go the fuck off.
So are you, Mark. You're a bad driver.
And I don't get accidents or anything like that. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
we're
I
the
can
we're the
make it-
same driver. Dude.
That's what I'm talking
They cause accidents around them.
fucking
Yeah.
eating, I'm doing all that shit, right? But then apparently passengers in my car are like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
They're the family guy of good luck, everybody else.
But I'm like, yeah, we got there in 2 minutes to spare. That's why I'm always on time.
Yep. That's tight.
Everybody dies around you.
I think you're a bad driver if you can't fucking get to your spot on time.
Well, you also have a self-driving car now, though, too.
There it is. And that's where I slow down and I fall through.
Didn't that one time happen where you cut someone off and then they went to your license plate and then they found you on IG?
Yeah, it was Phil Garvin actually. They sent a photo in our group me.
Oh, it's Phil.
But you know the thing is, everyone cuts everybody off. That doesn't mean you're a good or bad driver. It's all about the context.
You're not supposed to cut people off, dude.
You're not supposed.
move.
We're in LA. You have to. If you don't
Yeah,
cut people
that's
off,
true.
you're gonna be the loser.
true.
That's true. You're not going to get anywhere.
LA is
get off,
pretty
right?
nice though. A lot of people let you in for a big city. They drive really nice.
You do learn fast though that if you use your signal, you're a chump. You're a fucking chump. Everyone's gonna gas it around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone guns it hard.
So that was my definition growing up. It's like if you can like survive and navigate while everybody else is being a dick, then you're a good driver. Not
Fair.
are you following the fucking every rule and driving at the speed limit, you know? But I can understand when passengers are in my car and like,
Have you ever had a moment where like something you did or said, someone reacted to it and was like, "Pff, typical Vietnamese"?
typical Vietnamese. Only when we were sitting here with fucking under the influence and Viet was like, oh yeah, dude, black t-shirt, gold chain. I knew you at least half, and I was like, oh shit, oh shit, that was crazy. Kind of threw me off.
That's like the uniform of Vietnamese people. Black t-shirt and a gold chain.
And then also like, I didn't think about it growing up, but like now that I'm like, dude, I really enjoy drinking and gambling. Fuck Vietnamese. So there's that.
That's a Vietnamese thing.
I might have like a drinking and gambling problem. I don't know. I don't know.
Is it a problem if it's giving you joy?
It's like the driving thing when people are with you at the casino. They're like, "Damn, Anthony, slow down."
In my mind, I'm like, dude, I'm warming up.
Any stereotypes for you guys?
I don't. What are the Filipino stereotypes again?
Oh, I thought you were Indian.
Jollibee?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, music and
Yeah,
dance
but
and
this
talent in general.
This is what you're not, though. Like, he is super talented. So that fits the stereotype.
The Filipino stereotype is you're either fucking playing basketball or you're singing or dancing.
Right, so he fits the stereotype.
He does. Because they do it at an elite level. Like when they sing, it's like, you could be discovered right now.
That I mean, that's the Filipino stereotype is that you're like, for some reason, you do some type of music and some kind of dance. It's like you're just a little child entertainer.
How did all these Filipinos get so good at singing at a young age?
They're so good at egging each other on. I think that's what it is. I think like
So they're like,
because,
come on, come
let's
on,
say,
do
let's
it.
say that you're a little kid and it's your first time on the karaoke mic and you sound like shit. Everyone's still gonna go woo, and they're gonna go yee, and then it like hypes you up, and then you just. I think they're just good at hyping each other up.
and you just do it over and over and you end up getting good?
Because even if it's bad, it's good because it's fun. It's like Filipinos. Nah, I can't sing for shit.
So you can sing.
No, I can't.
Yeah. That's fucking Ryan talk. That's some Ryan talk.
Immediately, yes.
Oh, are you good at design? He's like, nah, I can't do that. That's not gonna.
Good at design.
Revamps the entire place.
I think Filipinos are good at just like gassing each other up for skills.
So then they keep practicing
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the positive reinforcement.
Yeah, and it's like with that stereotype of like a bunch of Filipino kids breakdancing and getting good at it is because of that. They're just like, yo, that's so tight, and then they just like get good together. But it's rare that you find like at least to me, a Filipino person that grows up outside of the culture that has that same like jack of all trades skill set. Yeah, it's a very Filipino nurturing thing.
Yeah, that's so tight.
They get into hobbies together.
Because it's not as bad as like Chinese or Japanese when you're doing a hobby, your parents shut it down.
Yeah.
They're like, no, study hard. Filipinos are less like that.
Yeah.
They're more like, show your aunt what you learned. Show your uncle, you know. So
Or
it kinda
like
just
what
gets
East
better.
Asians do is like, oh, you're into that? Well, let me make it brutally not fun by fucking putting it under a crazy training regimen, and then I'll give you an instructor that beats your ass and doesn't even give you any positive reinforcement.
Oh, you like to break dance? We break your fingers.
Yeah.
That was my piano teacher though. He was Japanese and he was hella crazy.
Yeah, and they'll fuck you up.
It was his dad, huh?
Probably.
Dude, that would be the sickest.
Whoa, that would blow our mind.
His name was Paul Matsumoto.
Matsumoto.
And he would hold a pencil. He would sharpen a pencil before every lesson. He would hold it above my hand.
Oh fuck.
Because you have to play with like perfect.
Yeah, and then you have to have this way, and if you miss a note, he would go doot, and you go oh.
Yeah.
Mine was like that too. I had quarters, and he would whack me with the chopstick.
That's worse, dude.
I wish I went through that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I didn't play any songs I even liked. That's why I hated it.
Are you kidding? Look how good he is.
It makes you better faster for sure.
I was playing some whack ass songs.
I do think it's kind of funny hearing a kid cry while trying to play Jingle Bells.
It's a
Jingle bell, jingle. It's like the most jolliest song. And you're getting your ass beat to fucking the wrong notes of Jingle Bells.
Oh, and I think the negative stereotypes, I lived those too, of like just being fucking a toxic dude. For sure.
I've heard this, but I've never really witnessed it. But everyone goes, Filipino dudes are like the most toxic.
There's a reason so many girls say that, and it's pretty freaking true.
Maybe it's from a girl's perspective.
Well,
From dudes, I never-
there's one Filipino man stereotype.
yeah.
Yeah, so they knock women up and then they leave their wives and they go knock more women up.
That's just being a Latin lover.
That's just being a dude. I think.
That's if you're a salsa teacher.
I've seen it in like at least 50% of all my Filipino homies.
Dang.
Like all their dads left.
Hella babies, mamas.
Hella, like almost every single Filipino homie of mine, like their mom is remarried. The mom's still in the family, and they've remarried.
I learned that later in life because growing up in Seventh-day Adventist, that never happened because you can't
No
get
divorce.
divorced. Yeah, but then like once I left the church and I saw that, it is pretty high.
It's like super common for Filipinos.
They're just like very Casanova-y for some weird reason.
They can't resist the loving.
Yeah.
They're so smooth.
I do have a homie in fitness, and he's half Filipino, and his dad is Filipino, and he's a personal trainer. And he would tell me he banged every one of his clients. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. And his dad's like 60, and he's still doing it.
He's still banging his clients?
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking crazy,
He's
bro.
laying it down.
We should check his T levels.
Quite high. Quite high.
He's probably trying to compensate for low T.
Here's a Filipino stereotype. Ryan probably is it. Living in California, are you a Lakers fan?
I was when I was growing up, yeah. But I was more of a basketball card fan, if that makes sense.
Oh, you
that makes
would
sense
be.
for you.
You
yeah.
would.
I was into cards, and because we were in, like everyone loved Lakers, I would hoard Lakers cards because I knew everyone wanted them.
That's cool.
There.
But I wasn't really. I only know
Filipinos in SoCal, like Lakers blood.
Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones are the last guys I know. After that,
Oh, really?
That was the
You-
best era.
What made you
Best
stop?
era.
I stopped collecting cards. I mean, I still have them all, but once I grew out of it, then yeah.
So you weren't watching games, you were collecting the cards.
I was watching. I went to games,
Oh, okay.
but because it was like that era, I thought Lakers were the best team. I don't even know if they were. I just thought they were number
They
two.
During
were.
that era?
When you were, yeah, they
Fuck
were.
yeah.
They were.
Are they worth anything?
Yeah, the Kobe rookies are.
Oh,
You still have that
Yeah,
shit?
I still have all of them.
You're insane. And now he's.
I know they shot up in price like crazy right when he passed, and then they've been slowly like evening out. They were for a bit, but that's the asking.
hype
I
is
don't
gone.
think I don't think people are really paying for that, but that is what people list them as. But nobody's like,
No wonder your net worth 19 million.
Got all the cards.
it's just in Kobe rookie cards
And Nick Van Exel and
And old
Eddie
Vans.
Jones.
and my Cedric Ceballos jersey.
Sick.
I know a Filipino stereotype that you don't operate on Filipino time.
Oh, and you're reliable. That's a huge thing.
So I was raised in a white trash family. My family is garbage. We had a double
Your
wide trailer.
sister's hot. Oh, I guess
My
it's-
sister's hot, but and she was pregnant a lot, like during my youth. So there you go. We had a double wide trailer, like parked in front of my house.
Oh, that's a stereotype.
That is a stereotype.
Use it as like one of the rooms, or it's just full of stuff.
It's just full of shit, and it was like old and like had cobwebs all over
So you
it.
can't even go inside and hang
And it
out.
wasn't even ours; it's my uncle.
And the tires were flat. huh?
the
tires-
yeah, spider webbed up and shit. Yeah, and, yeah. Also, we had I guess a field that's part of our house but it was just filled with garbage and like old cars and like fucking like old parts and shit and like fucking screen doors and stuff.
Screen door.
Oh yeah, and like rattlesnakes used to like, cause this is in Escondido, rattlesnakes would like, you could hear them out there and shit like that. And
Those houses were the funnest though.
Yeah.
You would play in the trailer and then you go out and
oh, we couldn't go in the trailer. It was locked.
it was it was locked.
Yeah, but it was so like imagine like you're in your living room, or you're like in like your whatever your little office room, and there's just a trailer view through the window. That's what it was. It was so weird. And I didn't know that my family was garbage and trash until like I moved out.
But who were you guys in the neighborhood? Was everyone?
We were the guys that everyone. No, we were the guys who get letters.
Oh.
Yeah, because like your grass is like taller than like a human being.
Yeah.
And so like it's disturbing.
You're the one bringing down the neighborhood property value.
Yeah, no, legit. And because the junkyard area was like the view for most people. Because of the way their house was set up. So they had to look at this fucking garbage. And like my uncle would like take these big storage containers and just fill them with like old like screen doors and fucking doors and like all kinds of
Just shit.
Just shit because he's a contractor. And so like he would just like maybe use that shit one day, but he never does. He always buys new shit. Right. So like
He might need it for later.
Yeah.
So yeah, my parents were like renting that house from him and we lived there. And then like he was like a slumlord basically and like fucking double wide trailer.
Having the trailer in the front's pretty
That's
stereotypical.
pretty stereotype.
That's
Yeah.
very-
And we had a big family, so it was like, you know, me and 3 siblings, and then shitloads of cousins everywhere. And like sometimes, like after I moved out, I guess my cousins moved in. And then at one point, my dad lost his business, and so like a Mexican family moved in with my parents, and like they basically split the house in half. Not kidding. They split the house in half. So like the Mexican family was like, they like built out a part of the garage area, and then they took 2 rooms in the house, and they all split the kitchen, and that was just like.
So you guys just coexisted like that?
Yeah, they coexisted, and they were cool. Everyone was cool with each other. Yeah. And like the Mexican family was always cool to us, and they would like fix shit randomly. Yeah.
The sink is new out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude, that's dope.
Yeah, it was super, because I would just come home for Christmas and shit, and like all of a sudden there's like dogs everywhere, and like I'm like, that's not our dog. I'm like, there's dogs everywhere, and so the Mexican family, when they moved in, they brought in all their stuff, and so like every time I came home for Christmas or whatever, the parking lot was like completely jam-packed full because they had a shitload of family, we had a shitload of cousins and family and shit.
Must have been a big party.
It was like we're parking at a concert.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then because my family is just such utter garbage, our whole patio area, as soon as we moved in from Virginia, I'm talking 96, we filled this entire area with just boxes.
Yes.
And we
I
never
don't know
went-
what is this.
we never went
What
white.
is the
That's a
box
white
thing?
It's for the
What is
whites.
this box
It's
thing?
the
My
whites.
dad was a complete hoarder when it came to boxes.
My family's hoarders.
Like no.
Is
Like
it labeled? Do people
boxes.
write anything?
Yeah, they're labeled kind of.
Cardboard boxes?
Yeah, cardboard
yes.
boxes.
The label says, well, I must be part white because half of my office is in cardboard boxes.
There it is.
What was in the boxes at your place?
Nothing. Nothing.
storage?
It was just we would get the box and then we keep the box, and then heaven forbid my mom ever tried to throw out the box, he'd get pissed.
But it's empty, or there's stuff
It's
in there?
empty. No, it's just a stack of empty boxes in the garage, in the backyard, just shit everywhere. Just
Guess what you never have to buy again? Boxes.
And that's what he said.
But what if it
That's what he
rains?
said.
Doesn't it get all soaked up?
In the garage.
Oh.
Well, our boxes were under a patio cover,
just say
but
it.
still outside, and like all of our
You'll never
all of
use
our
it.
stuff was still in there.
Oh, okay, but mine is like old newspapers, just random shit my dad had.
Old newspapers. My dad
Had,
did that.
like,
That's
dogs in
that's
the
a white
backyard.
thing. Keeping newspapers.
Yeah, my dad has every fucking.
It's because you use the newspapers
Yeah.
when you do a haircut or something, right?
Yeah. Are you guys keeping them to use them as just scrap paper or as heirlooms?
I keep them. I don't keep them.
don't know.
My dad. I don't know why he does it.
There was one Christmas that we utilized the boxes as a box within a box within a box gift, that type of thing, to my dad as a joke of like, what the fuck are we doing with these boxes? And he was just like, cool, well, at least I get to keep the boxes. He was more excited about keeping his own boxes than the present inside the box.
This is what I wanted.
He was like, yay, boxes!
I didn't know that was like a white stereotype that you guys just hoard boxes.
I didn't know either, but listening to Steve's story, I'm like, I don't know what it is about the box.
And my mom and my dad are hoarders, so they just like fucking. It's like 69ing with fucking.
My parents are hoarders too.
I don't know what it is.
World-class collectors, huh?
Yeah. Garbage people, white trash, supreme.
Do you guys season your food?
Okay, so this is different. So there's a part of my family that does not. I do. My family does, but there's a part of my family that does not.
Wait, what do you mean by not seasoning?
Like, this is what I'm talking about.
White people like bland stuff?
There are certain white people that just
The mountain whites.
the non-whites.
The mountain whites.
Oh, I thought you said the non-whites. I'm like, no.
Appalachian whites?
Yeah.
Where they just do like salt and pepper or barely any salt on a chicken,
What?
and then they grill it, and that's how they eat it.
My father-in-law doesn't season steaks. Or not my father-in-law, my brother's father-in-law. That's why I said it's in my family. He doesn't season steaks.
So what did he do? He just...
Cooks
He
it.
just eats it with ketchup and shit.
Yeah.
Ketchup!
Garbage.
Or A1 sauce.
Well, that's the only way to eat a steak.
That's disgusting.
In my
So no marinade at all.
Well, I do.
Because that is a
I have
stereotype of
seasoning.
white people that they don't
super
like.
bland.
No
They don't like
seasoning.
seasoning. That's crazy.
I like to season.
I love seasoning.
But my dad told me growing up, he says, Steven, you every time you go to one of these fancy ass, you see one of these fancy ass steakhouses.
Grab the bottle.
All those people, all those people, they just like to sit there and pay more for the same thing you get at Denny's. It's the same exact shit. It all comes from the same part of the cow. That's what he would say.
And you guys don't want to buy a Sizzlers.
Yeah.
No, I do.
Oh, yeah.
No, but
It's the same shit.
And then, for the first time, I was like 22, and I caught myself saying this shit, just repeating what my dad said a bunch of times. And then my friend's like, "Have you ever had like a really good steak at like Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, or whatever?" And I was like, "Fuck no! Why would I pay like more for the same part of the cow, all that shit?" And then I actually went, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is completely different."
The cow ain't even from the same country.
Yeah, it melts in your mouth. You don't have to chew it.
You don't have to put sauce on it. That's the first time I ate a steak without A1 sauce on it.
Now they just put a little salt, and they're good.
Yeah.
No, they based.
Did you have any white
the butter.
white female stereotypes?
Any white female stereotype.
What are like white? Like, do you call the cops on everything?
Like a Karen?
No.
Maybe she's not at that age yet.
Or what about this? What about when you're in the shower and you hear something scary happen? Do you have to go investigate?
Do you go toward the danger?
Yeah,
Listen.
towards danger?
You go toward
Bitches do be listening.
Yeah, but she's actually gonna probably kill somebody.
Yeah, I mean, with a brother and a dad, when I was younger, and I don't have to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's tight.
Now, I'm like, go ahead, come in.
Were you ever like, when you were a kid, did you ever just like yell at your parents?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
Shut up, Frank!
Because we couldn't do that. Frank.
It wouldn't be the ignition. I wouldn't start it. It would build up to it. So like, let's say I'm getting grounded for something, and then I'm, trying to have an argument about why I shouldn't, and then that would build into something, and then I say, well, fuck it. I'm already pretty much fucked. I'm already grounded for a month.
You said the F word to your parents?
Wow.
You're like, oh, this is where I get the pencil.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll never forget when I moved out, and then I got to come home and start swearing, and I'd watch my mom and dad like fucking be like pissed because they can't say shit. What are you gonna do now? You can't say the roof thing anymore, fuckers.
The roof thing,
Yeah.
When you're under my roof.
Yeah, you can't say that shit now. What are you gonna do? So I would extra fucking extra.
They ever do the why? You ask them why? Because I'm the parent. That was my thing. Because I'm the parent. There was okay.
Yeah.
But you never yelled at your parents, huh?
I never yelled at my
Not if I was gonna guarantee get my ass whooped.
My
Like,
mom and I,
physically.
we clashed. But if my dad got involved, all hell broke loose. Like my brother and I were like running up the stairs because that's when like the belt, the hanger was grabbed.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that was
yeah.
like, oh
Dads
shit,
are
now my
loco.
dad's
Yeah.
getting involved. Okay, now we gotta run.
They're the actual enforcer.
One time I was gonna get like a fucking rider truck to like go to my parents' house and just like take some of the shit away. And while my parents were on vacation, by the way, means that they drove up like to a fucking Holiday Inn Express.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But and then my mom caught wind of it because one of my little brothers leaked it because they didn't want to fucking work with me, like lifting all the shit and stuff. Yeah. And my mom and dad called me speakerphone. Mom's crying because I'm gonna throw away garbage.
Yes. Yes. We would have to sneak throwing away
Better
certain
leave my
boxes.
fucking garbage alone, Steve.
And my dad was like, Steven, you can't. And when they do the Stephen Paul thing, it's like
They're both talking to you.
yeah, done.
It's an emergency.
Yeah. It's like an
Don't you
intervention.
dare throw away these freaking Del Taco sauce packets.
Shit, dude.
They're perfectly good.
That's a like psychological border problem.
What was their actual verbal reasoning? Like, what would they say to get you to like change your mind?
There's no reason to these people. It is an emotional attachment to junk.
It's just don't do it, please. That's it.
Yeah, Stephen, don't. That's my stuff.
You guys
Steven
don't
don't.
understand from one world-class collector to another, okay?
Yeah.
It's you guys don't get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what it is.
That's it. You just don't get it.
White trash high five.
I wonder if they
That's
think